Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Kyle or KC here with the Rare Music Archive Collection. I appreciate anybody and everybody who has subscribed to the channel so far, and we are not even breaking the smallest barrier of what this channel will provide. There's going to be tons of stuff. Now, down the line, we will add some weird, obscure stuff. I promise you we will. For example, when we put up a couple of Oscar Peterson Trio jazz stuff, that's a little obscure. No one really a couple people watched. I wouldn't say everybody, but it was an eclectic taste. I'm a jazz guy, so you have to understand that. But with that being said, please understand, if I do not post for a couple days, don't worry. When I come back, though, if I do decide not to post for, let's say, like 2 or 3 days, which I did, I do have periods of time where I don't post. It's because the material I put up beforehand, before I leave, is so good. Why, I don't want to overload you guys in the sub box. So when I posted the 3.5 hour Pearl Jam show from the Spectrum, basically the last known show of the Philadelphia Spectrum, I thought, you know what? Let me give a couple days, and then I uploaded this really nice, not super long, because fucking 3.5 hours, guys. Hello. It's long. Yes, I'm hyper coffee. But when I uploaded the Spectrum show, I was like, you know what? Give it a couple days. I want people to digest it. It's not crazy amount. But most of my videos don't really take off until most of the videos really don't gain any sort of traction until down the line, like a month in. The only exception was the demo video or the demo album of Van Morrison, which is still just holy shit. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. That thing is about almost 60,000 views so far. That'll be the first time I've ever reached 6 digits on a video. Just saying. And then The Highwayman is sneaking up there. It's already at 10K. It's just insane. Now, I do have a lot of older shows, so you have to understand. When now there was an interesting comment I got in one of my videos. It was for a Syd Barrett video, and I wanted to address it a little bit. Now, people were complaining sometimes about the audio quality. Okay. When I created the channel initially, my idea is, okay, I want to stand out from the rest. Not all rare music has the highest quality. Now, if you find a rare, it was recorded off of FM radio and it's in beautiful stereo, perfect separation, audio quality is perfectly clear and it's been EQ'd if you get, the right, CD from the used market, specifically because I have a local record store that is amazing. And also other sources as well of where I source my material from, which is how I keep everything so pristine and it sounds so nice. It's just, it can get a little tedious down the line when someone goes, well, it just really doesn't sound very good. I'm like, okay, I get that. Not everything sounds the best. I know, for example, I had some very old, and I would say very old, Van Morrison, I think it was like a demo tape, and someone compared it to listening through a dryer. It's a tumble in a dryer. I was like, okay, clever. But you know what? It's rare. It's rare. And it is. Also, another prime example of something that really didn't sound quite the best when I found it. Had a lot of tape hiss, a lot of just overall choppy audio, was the Simon and Garfunkel home tape, but that's to be expected. It's recorded in a house. What do you expect? It was recorded with 1963 recording equipment, like an 8-track. What did you expect? Did you expect it to sound like freaking Abbey Road? Did you expect it to sound like Monty Vall Studios from BBC? What are we expecting, guys? And I say that in a joking way, okay? I'm feeling giddy, like I said. Coffee. I might go and make another one of these, by the way. Awesome coffee. I'm not sponsored or anything. I'm just saying. Instant coffee in cold water. It's insane. But down the line, we will have more material. Now, I tried to stay in the early parts of bands' careers. But And I say but, big but. I might upload older stuff. For example, I started teasing with Johnny Cash stuff. I wanted to see which one was more popular. Would Johnny Cash in his younger days be good? Which was Johnny Cash in the Tennessee 2, I believe I uploaded. Or would the Highwaymen be better? Because that was when they were kind of already really big. I think it was like early 90s or whatever. Obviously, we don't know which one came out. Whichever one hit 10,000 views already by now. It seems that the crowd I have is geared more towards the 1980s, early 90s, 1980s, and back. Because I uploaded a TV rip that I had of Live, the band Live, not meaning the type of recording method. The band Live from Woodstock, I think it was 99, and maybe 45 views so far, but that's to be expected again. But then you had stuff like Eric Clapton. That Eric Clapton show was pretty solid. And I tried to dig through the archive to find as many soundboard recordings, but sometimes the audience recording sounds better than the soundboard because the stupid audio mixer for the show just sucks so bad. Like, seriously. Listen to some of like the really like obscure soundboard recordings from like FM radio. Some of them people really don't know how to mix their music, and then you get like an audience recording and it's made with like a stereo mic next to the soundboard, not actual soundboard, but like in like the vicinity of the area, and it just sounds great. Like, it's perfect. I'm like, okay, all right, fuck, I didn't notice that. Sorry for the cursing. You're all over 18 based off the analytics. You should know this is an adult-oriented channel. I mean, I uploaded Soundgarden, for God's sakes, and a Rage Against Machine show. I think we're all adult-oriented by now. But I like being open and honest. You know, I'm going to be open and honest with you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I see what is popular. I know what fan base is here, but then I also try to throw occasionally something that I like, which, by the way, everything I post to the channel, I like. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't have it. That's just a second nature. It's like, okay, what does he like? Look at my channel. You'll know what I like. Miles Davis on the channel. Dr. John. My mom grew up with him. My mom got to see him at the Spectrum. Cat Stevens, I like. Linda Ronstadt, not so much. Not so much. Fleetwood Mac. I have not gotten a Stevie Nicks show on here yet. That might be coming soon, but there was a guy who talked and wanted the Animals. After this video is uploaded, I would say about an hour after this video gets uploaded, we will get Eric Burdon in the war. Because, God damn it, I want it. And I have it. I have a lot of it. Too much of it. I think I have a lot of 1977? 78? So I gotta dig. But a lot of people always told me I should have been born in 1960. I probably would have had a much better life. I mean, anything's better than 2020, don't you think? But, ooh, sorry. Medium roast. I'm just so happy to be a part of a community. This is a very nice, amazing community that appreciates the rare aspect of music. I did not expect anybody, no offense, not offense to any of my current subscribers right now. I did not expect anybody to care. This is not me digging at my own channel. It's me going, I'm pleasantly surprised at how much it grew. Like, I actually have people who are interested in what I upload and how I archived it and how I kept it as much quality as I could from analog to digital in terms of conversions and stuff like that. It's very tedious, especially with files that once you get them on a computer, I'll use, obviously, any show that's over an hour and a half easily is like 200 megs. The Pearl Jam show was almost 300 megabytes once it was transferred into a usable format to get on to our nifty little channel here. So, with that being said, I appreciate every sub that you guys give. I appreciate every like that you give. I appreciate if any person who sees this video, knowing that the channel is growing exponentially. Like, I will be right up front with you. I looked at my Social Blade. I was very, very curious to see what they thought this channel would be projected to. It says that I could be at about 4,000 subs within 1 year, one calendar year, not one business year, Monday through Friday, that garbage. No. 1 year. I would appreciate, I think that community can grow to that exponentially. It said 5 years, I could probably be about 50K. That would be amazing. And I am thinking about down the line of doing podcasts. Now, would they be video? Probably not. I'm not a very big video guy. Like, when I do a video, it's because I want to talk to you as the archivist, as the person who wants to preserve these audio files and albums and concerts and everything, because you have to digitize everything, because CDs are just disappearing. People are just holding on to it. When you find something rare, like, for example, I can't upload Beatles music. I will advise you, besides the Decca demos that I have up on the channel, which, God, I don't even know how they're even there. Besides them, everything that I have in my archive that I've tried to put up, Immediate Banhammer by EMI, I can't get it up. Even if it is an audience recording and it sounds like absolute white noise, flagged immediately. There's nothing I can do because they get me on the keywords. So, from the bottom of my heart, if you guys request either the Beatles or John Lennon, it probably can't happen. I wish I could, because, John Lennon really didn't have many live stuff after the Beatles ended anyway. He only did a couple shows. He did the Rock and Roll Circus episode with the Rolling Stones. He did a couple of rare concert appearances. He did the concert in New York in 1973, and that was pretty much it. There's really not much else, other than, like, occasional one-off, one-song guest stars, like he did with Elton John that one time, and he did, I think, Come Together or something. I forget. It was in a documentary that was made about Elton John. I ain't going there. But other than that, like, there's not much. But then on the flip side, Paul McCartney, I have a ton of him, goes right up. I don't have a problem. Ringo, nobody's going to copyright Ringo music, okay? I'm sorry. It's Ringo Starr. Who's looking for Ringo Starr material right now? He's cool. He's a good guy. He's nice. I used to watch him on Thomas. But George Harrison was my favorite Beatle. I'm not even lying. I'm sorry, sacrilege. I know. I wish I had a way to cue, like, boo in this, but come on, guys. George Harrison was the most complex. He was the most versatile person in that band. Yeah, cool. Paul McCartney played drums on Abbey Road. Can he play a sitar? Oh, I'm sorry. He could play a mandolin. Bravo. He could play a 3-string guitar. Sorry. I have to goof on him. Because it's like, George Harrison's the only reason why we got a ton of amazing solos. Something, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, I will even throw this in as a gag. Piggies was a great song. I think it was catchy. Don't Bother Me from the earlier years, that was great. My Sweet Lord, anything from All Things Must Pass. Amazing record from start to finish. Get that on 180 gram vinyl. I got my turntable right over there if I want to. But you have amazing collection of things from George Harrison. And then you got his solo stuff. And then on top of that, you had the Traveling Wilburys when he was with Tom Petty. Tom Petty. Like, dude, the dude's a genius. You had Got My Mind Set on You, and if you can find this, because I have it, but if you can find it, because I can't post it, obviously, EMI, thank you very much. I implore you, if you can find the alternate Abbey Road album, I think it's called Last Year. It's from a company on the bootleg scene. they call it the bootleg scene, but it's called Last Year. I think it's by Yellow Dog. I wish I could find the CD and show you. It's somewhere in there. I'm not getting up to do that. No, but just understand. Go on there. There is a solo, like, acoustic guitar version of All Things Must Pass on there. You can probably find it on YouTube. Just type in All Things Must Pass demo. It's probably that exact one that I'm mentioning. It is amazing. It is almost as good as the solo While My Guitar Gently Weeps that you would find that is readily available on Anthology, I think Anthology 3, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's on the first disc, Anthology 3. If I'm not right on that, it's probably Anthology 2, second disc, later on in the album. But I believe Anthology 1 was the early stuff to like 63, and I think then the second one was like 65 to something else, and then the third one was the remainder, and then a little bit of the older, or the earlier solo stuff. Because I remember Freeze a Bird was CD 2, and then Real Love was disc 3, and disc 1 really didn't have much. It's like listening to Love. I'm sorry, I didn't like Love. Circus of Light. I like the visual aspect. I don't like the remixing. Just leave the Beatles alone. I need to make this a note right now. The ultimate definitive versions of most of the Beatles catalog. This is going to be a rant in here. Most definitive version is the 2008 remasters. The mono and the stereo boxes, not the 2020 mixes, because that is from a completely different producer from a different perspective. The 2008 masters that had George Martin on it, supervising it, is the best versions. In my opinion, because I was raised on that. Even though I listened to the 87 mix that you could get at a library or at a record store for like $5. You know, the really ugly jewel case ones that had like nothing in them. You know, that horribly mixed version that they passed off as Capitol Records. Yeah, no. Then you had the U.S. Albums box set, Volume 1 and 2, which had like Beatles for Sale, Beatles 65, stuff like that. No. Get yourself the mono box of the Beatles from 2008, 2009 region. You could probably find them used both together for less than $200 for everything. And there's vast differences. The mono versions of the earlier records and the stereo versions of the earlier records, I would say everything from the first record to, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, Magical Mystery Tour, are vastly different mixes. You have to listen. There is complete differences out there. When I say differences, I mean differences. Not subtle, not like here or there. Sometimes songs are completely different takes. There's just differences everywhere. It's amazing. I find it absolutely amazing. Now, the only exception to this is, well, actually, one good thing about it is if you get the vinyl versions, I think it's all mono, except for when it goes to the albums that were already recorded in stereo to begin with, like Abbey Road and Beyond. But I like the CDs, if you put them into, I like the old CDs, and I'll say why. Because when you put them into a computer, you get a little documentary. Could you imagine sitting with your kids and just be like, hey, look, here's my childhood. And it goes over a little mini documentary about each individual album, how it was created, little footnotes, little pictures and slideshows, and you get samples of demos and stuff like that. It's how albums should be, giving you your money's worth. Even the box sets for the mono and the stereo mixes came with a book. Both came with books, physical books you could stick on your bookshelf or on your book table and read. Even if you weren't reading or listening to the music, you can read it. It's like 60 plus pages. And if you're going to be a Beatles nerd, there is a book that has, and I can't find the original because I tried to find it on like an ebook website and they gave me some like amended version that had nothing of what I remember. But there's a book out there that goes day by day, like the recording sessions. It goes over the live concerts, goes over what press conferences they went to, yada yada, everything. Those two books is like way beyond comparing. That Magic something, I forget the titles, but they're beautiful books. It goes 62 to 66, 67 to 70, and beyond. Definitely worth a read. It's like Mark Lewinson with his book. I think The Beatles 365 or The Beatles Complete. Beautiful books. Just, you have to understand. I want to, and I'm going to bring it back to the initial point that created all this mess, is artists you probably won't see on this channel. So I just want to call all that. So again, like I said, anything Beatles related, minus George Harrison and Ringo. Maybe Paul. It really depends on Paul. If it's soundboard, it's iffy. If it's audience recording and it sounds good, I probably won't have an issue. Because for some reason, auto detection, some people just banhammer you immediately, and it's just like, why? Why are we doing this right now? Like, what did I do? You know? Like, I thought, it's a concert, I want to be able to share this with you guys, and I get thrown this, and it's tough. It's tough to deal with, but at the end of the day, 642 of you guys decided to stick around, and I appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate everything you guys do. I appreciate everything you guys show me and how much love I get from this community. And I will try to upload any artist you ask of. If it's newer stuff, unfortunately, that's just something I really don't cover here. Because I can't consider something from like 2003 to be rare. You know what I mean? Unless it's an artist who started off like 90s, 80s, stuff like that, and went into this time period. Or if it's an old band and you wanted something, from recent, like a newer The Zombies concert, the people who did Time of the Season, She's Not There, stuff like that, then yeah, I'll put stuff up like that. Or Iron Butterfly, something like that. But just know, I probably won't take requests of artists like, Panic at the Disco or all those other kind of rock artists that are out there right now. I really don't listen to modern rock. Like anything from like 04, 05 on, I pretty much cut out. Even modern Metallica, I'm sorry. I know it's sacrilege to say. I just can't do it. Saint Anger is my prime example. Like Limp Bizkit. Why would I listen to Results May Vary? Why? Behind Blue Eyes is one of the absolute worst covers I've ever heard. Bar none. No. Stevie Nicks did a better version of Behind Blue Eyes. And that was live and it wasn't even recorded for an album. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. No. And I'm actually in the process of going over my personal list of what I have and seeing what I want to go ahead and put up. Because I do, like I said, I have a categorization of everything. I want to make sure it gets uploaded in a timely manner for you guys. And I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to overload the channel because it doesn't make any sense to do that. So, in the interest of fairness, I'll probably do Eric Burdon and the War, probably either tonight or if this video keeps going on as long as it is, which is already about 24, 25 minutes at this point, I'll probably upload it sometime tomorrow. It's just, just give me some time. Just going over a lot of stuff. I'm transitioning into more of a late morning, early afternoon fasting. So I finished all eating at like 4:30, 5:30 p.m. And I'm going into the next day till like 11:30, 12 to see if that might actually help a little bit better. Because I want you to understand this. Try fasting from 11:30 a.m. until 7:30 the next day. It's impossible. It is really impossible. I had to play with the times. And finding that going from like 4, 5 o'clock till about 11:30 the next day makes a lot more sense. Because you can cut the time down to even 3:30, 3:30, and you'll still have enough food in your system to get you all the way through the next day. Because all you had to do, your body takes an hour and a half to digest. That's 5 o'clock. Then that energy stays in you all day if you had a lot of carbs. That takes you overnight, into the morning. Then in the morning time, if you're walking around, you run no risk of cramping. Just drink a lot of this. Coffee. Make sure it's organic though. Like this. But it's just, so if I'm not posting as much, just know it's not you guys. It's literally I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. That juggling work and dealing with home stuff and trying to, balance all this out, plus friends, plus stocks, investments, and stuff like that. It's flipping heck in my mind right now. So I appreciate, like I said, everything you guys do, everything you guys are, and hopefully we can hit that milestone within a year. Because at the rate we're going, based off of Social Blade, and like I said, I want to be upfront with you guys with statistics. I won't lie to you. I'm terrified. I don't think I'm going to hit that goal. But I want to see if I can hit almost 4,000 subs by the end of this year. By the end of this year, I want to see if we can hit 4,000. If I hit 1,000, I will smile from ear to ear. Also, if we hit 1,500, you guys will get a lot more live streams out of me. Because I can live stream from my phone, much better camera quality. It'll look like this. Because my Chromebox sucks. I don't like streaming on that thing because the connection just goes boop. And this camera, obviously, it looks absolutely amazing. And the audio quality is good. So, I don't know. I used to have a secondary channel. I just abandoned that channel. Once I came over here, the community was a lot more inviting. That community that I was in for my other channel, it was like a gaming channel, and it was absolutely toxic. So I appreciate anybody who's here. And like I said, anybody who's watching. If you ever have a request for a podcast or an album review down the line, let me know. I will be taking requests for a future project I want to do, and see if we can do that. It'll probably be either talking about an artist or talking about an album, because I listen to a lot of flipping music, or even top 8 and top 10 lists, and go from there. And we'll see how that runs. I tried it with Song Pick of the Week. Yes, Olivia Rodrigo is still on my playlist. I'm sorry. I like it. It kind of has like a Joni Mitchell feel to it. So that's why I like it. But anyway, I'm going to stop it here. I don't want to run over the 30 minutes. I'm sorry. That's a long time to me. Anyway, guys, I appreciate all of you. I hope you all stay safe. Drink tons of coffee. Make sure it's organic. Don't fall asleep. Don't eat a lot of food. And if you do, don't get addicted to a George Foreman and make a whole bunch of spinach garden wrap quesadillas with pepper jack cheese, because you'll feel that later. You will. And it will hurt. Anyway, I'm kidding. No, really. No. Anyway, I'll take care, guys. Hopefully you all stay safe, like I said. And drop all your questions, comments, and concerns down below. I'll see if I can get a particular artist or any particular time frame for an artist that you would like. And I'll go from there. Also, comment, subscribe, like, share everything. It'd be much appreciated for you guys if you can go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and see, like I said, if we can hit at least 1,000 within the next few months. If we go on the right path that we keep going, per our 28-day average, we went up 71. So if we continue at that particular rate for 4 more months, we'll hit 1,000. And that'd be much appreciated. I would love that. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Take care. See ya. Casey out.